Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today I wanted to quickly talk to you about my current storage solutions for Starfield. Unlike Fallout 3 and Skyrim and Fallout 4, storage is limited, and that's unfortunate. In Skyrim, I had a gazillion things in one chest. Unfortunately, even in 2023, Bethesda has not come up with a way to give us proper sorting and storage solutions. Like, it's still pretty crap. There are other games out there with better storage solutions. Before I show you my Outpost and how I have everything set up, I wanted to quickly draw your attention to New Atlantis and this particular shop. As soon as you land in New Atlantis, you go straight down the ramp, make a left, and you'll see Jemison Mercantile here. It's kind of like right off the fountain, like the centerpiece here. But anyway, this particular shop will have a lot of good things that you'll need in order to get your outpost going. Might be copper, it might be, iron or other, resources that you typically couldn't find in the environment. So if you're building your outpost and you're having trouble finding the resources that you need to construct a particular thing, check out this location and you'll be able to buy a lot of the things that you'll need in order to get it going. Just to quickly show you where I set up my first outpost, and eventually I'll get to another one once I get the first one up and running the way I want it to, and I sort of deal with the bugs that come with it. I'll get into that later. I searched the immediate area, like Sol, Alpha Centauri. I came across a planet in the Narian system. Let's go ahead and just zoom in on that. And there is a planet with a moon. That moon is called Andrathon, I guess it is. This contains, on the left, helium, aluminum, iron, and Be. Is it beryllium, I think? Anyway, these four things are super important for constructing an outpost. Now, it doesn't contain everything you'll need. Like I said, you may have to go to that mercantile shop. You might have to mine out some copper somewhere else or just buy it outright. So this planet won't contain everything you need to be self-sustaining, but it will start producing important resources for you. So I chose this location. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on it. And if I show resources, I'm assuming your planet will look the same. I set up in this area here. I don't know if you can see it. One quick bug I just want to quickly make note of. I had a landing spot initially somewhere around here, and then I set up my outpost slightly south of it. Then I created a landing pad with a ship builder, the largest one that you can build, and my ship would not land on it. I would lift off and try to land on my outpost, and it kept landing on the landing spot nearby. To get around that, what you do is, and this is something I had to troubleshoot and figure out for half an hour, create landing sites elsewhere on the planet that you don't care about. And if you create enough landing areas, it will delete the oldest ones, and it eventually removed the one that was right above my outpost. And when that happened, I was able to click on my outpost and my ship actually landed there. So that's just a quick bug workaround. It should not be necessary in a $60, $70 game. Hopefully Bethesda fixes that. But anyway, here's my outpost. Now keep in mind, please, that I'm only 10, 15 hours into this. I have not researched anything yet. There may be better storage solutions, and also note that this game is very buggy. It's like Bethesda wanted to get us into outpost building, but didn't give us the storage solutions we needed to actually get everything done the way we needed. So the way I have everything set up here, for those of you that don't know anything about outposts or anything, these here are solar panels for power. You'll need those. This here is a transfer container. You're limited to one per outpost. This only holds a mass of 200, and typically this allows you to transfer things to your ship. It's kind of you can access it from your ship, which is it makes it like the communications device between your ship and everything else at your outpost. So you kind of when you land, I keep looking that way. That's my cargo ship. When you land, which is my ship back there, I will have access to this. So I can, like, from a menu, deposit things from my ship to here, which should, in theory, automatically transfer to these containers down here. Now, what you're looking at on the left is a bunch of solid storage containers. These are the solids of the periodic table, like iron and nickel, different things like that. And then you've got liquid and gas containers to the right. If I open up my crafting menu, which I think I know how to do. Lots of buttons in this game. I'm old, what can I say? Okay, so you'll see here that I've got my transfer container outputting to this container here and to these containers here. And I have them set up so that this storage container is connected to this one on the left, and then it daisy chains to this one on the right via a connection, and then that, and then that, then up, then that, then that, then that, then up, then that. So it in theory, when I deposit things here, it should transfer to the next open container until it can't anymore. Now, I will say that I have encountered bugs where the storage containers will not autofill, especially if you like take from them manually. I don't know why that is, but if I take from, let's get out of this screen, for example. If I take from this one, for example, let's just take all of it. Okay, now you'll note that that number there is going down, but this container is an autofilling over there. It should, but it's not. I don't understand why that is allowed to happen or why it's buggy that way. The only way I've been able to fix it is to like remove everything from all the storage containers and then redeposit them into this thing, and then it works again. I don't know if it's a bug or like by design you're not supposed to mess with it. But so what you can do is you can go into your storage container here, hit R for transfer, and then hit Q to change to, there's my inventory, and then there's Voyager, which is my ship. It's worth mentioning that Voyager will not show up here, at least I haven't been able to get it to show up here, unless I can get it to land at a landing pad in my outpost. If it's parked somewhere else, it will not show up here, which is a shame. So you could, in theory, like when you land, just come here, interact with this container, select the Voyager ship or whatever ship you have, and then just deposit it from there. But I picked it up manually, so I'm going to go to my personal inventory, go down to resources, interact with that, and then hit store all resources. Now, there's only 200 mass here, so I have to do that a second time, assuming this doesn't... Oh, okay, it did transfer. Now, these containers should, like, daisy chain to where... Yeah, you can see these ones on the second level filling up. Let's go ahead and do that again. The adaptive frame, like I said, these containers do not hold anything else other than, like, periodic table elements. So, like, finished, refined things, like wire and 0G something or others, they will not transfer into those containers. You need, like, storage crates for those. It's worth mentioning that when you're building something, your resources will pull from these containers, but they will not pull from the storage crates that you construct in your base, which is unfortunate. I wish they did. But you have to like manually pull out those crafting materials from your base and then use these in conjunction with that to build other things. But anyway, let's go ahead and deposit the rest before I forget. We'll hit transfer. Actually, let's do this. Let's go to our ship, for example. Let me show you this. Hit tab. Normally, if I hit I, there's my inventory, right? That's all I can interact with. It's stupid. But if you hit tab or hit escape from there, you can go to your ship on the bottom left, and there's a cargo hold button down here that you can interact with. And now I have the ability to store things into this, which is kind of strange. I have access to Voyager through this menu, but not through the I menu. I really don't understand that. There's some iron here for whatever reason. Let's go ahead and get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Okay, so we're going to, again, transfer. Let's go ahead and take it from Voyager, because there was some iron in there. Yeah, we'll just, and aluminum. So let's go ahead and take all resources. which simply means that storage container is taking all of Voyager's resources, and now it should be in there. Now it's transferred into this. Okay, let's go ahead and, from my personal inventory now, do the same thing. Inventory, go down to resources, hit T to store a resource. You may have to do that a couple of times if you've got a lot of stuff in there, because this thing can only hold 200 resources. But now, there you go. Now be careful. Again, it seems like if you take from these containers manually, they will not autofill, and you have to remove all of the resources prior to get this to daisy chain again. Even here, like, sometimes this befuddles me a bit. There's 68 beryllium in here, and there's 42 beryllium in here, and according to this, there's 34 out of 75 space. So why isn't some of this filling up into this? These are bugs that I haven't fully figured out yet. Maybe this is a design thing, but if that were the case, there's beryllium here. Why isn't the beryllium being transferred up there? It's the same resource. Why wouldn't it autofill? So, like, I mentioned at the beginning of this that it was buggy. So don't get frustrated if you can't get it to work right. My only solution is to, at least what I found, is to remove everything and just redeposit everything and let it autofill again. But that's such a pain. Like I said, Bethesda gave us all these Outpost tools, but borked the whole storage thing. This is the gas, so benzene, fluorine, argon, helium. Again, you deposit that in there and assign it to 1. It'll daisy chain its way down here through the proper connections. Let's go ahead and show you the inside of this here. I do have, by the way, mines that are out in the field mining resources. There's an aluminum one there, I believe it is. Is that aluminum? Yeah, I think it is. And the reason I don't... You can connect it to the transfer container. You could transfer it to these containers over here, the storage solids. But if I did that, then I'd have no room from when I land my ship. I'd have nowhere to put anything because there'd be so much aluminum in there. There's no way to say, hey, I only want 100 of this stored, and when you reach that number, stop. There's no tools in here that I've seen that lets you filter or, like, program it so that it'll stop when you want it to. So I've had to actually disconnect them until I actually need that resource again. But the resource is sitting in the mine, and when I connect it to something, it'll just auto transfer over. That cargo landing pad over there, I've got a second mini outpost over here. All it's doing is collecting iron, and I'm able to then transfer that. I have another similar landing pad over at the other site. I can get closer to it just so you can see what it's about. Apologies for the video length. I was trying to make this quick, but yeah, you know how it goes. So people never do anything simple. All right, so yeah, this thing. So I don't remember the name of it. Outpost. It doesn't actually say the name, which is kind of weird. If I go into this menu, maybe it will. Transfer container, structures. Nope. 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 Displays, miscellaneous. It's a cargo link. That's it. It's a cargo link. So have a cargo link here and a cargo link at your other outpost. And then you'll be able to interact with this console here and sort of like connect your outposts. There is an input and an output. This is like input, output. I don't know which one's which, but you can actually draw a line from the output to the storage containers over there, what have you. I, again, disconnected that. Otherwise, I'd have a crap ton of iron in there that I really don't need. I don't need that much iron, just some of it. Again, there's no way to filter how much I need. So I have the thing disconnected right now. But you can, in theory, connect the output from that cargo thing over to a container and let it fill up. Getting back to this again, let's go ahead and go inside. And as I said before, you'll need a lot of resources for this. Recommend that mercantile shop I showed you at the beginning of the video. You'll also need a lot of those alloys. Yeah, adaptive frames. That's what I meant. Adaptive frames. You need iron and aluminum. This planet produces both, so that's great. You can just produce these and build those containers. Those containers need that. So that's why I started on this planet. And then research-wise, I'm sure there are better storage solutions later down the line, but you can research, like there's manufacturing one. At some point, I'll have to do that. I'm sure there's like warehouses and stuff that I haven't even touched yet. But I'm kind of disappointed by this because, like I said, only periodic table elements are universal when you're standing outside your outpost. If you're building something, it'll automatically pull from those storage containers. However, if it's not an element on the periodic table or something, if it's a power circuit or a coffee bag or zero wire or whatever you might need to build something, like it's all here. And I don't like it because, like, looking at it from this angle, I don't know what's a periodic table element and which isn't. I mean, I can make an educated guess. I took chemistry in high school, but, you know, sometimes I'll look at something and go, is that an element? I can't remember. You know, is that something that could be used in those solid liquid gas containers? I don't remember. Water might be used. I don't know. I mean, it's H2O, right? Maybe water would go in the liquid thing. Anyway, so like these containers here do not pull automatically. You need to physically take what you need out of these containers and then craft what you need to. By the way, these are workstations. You can hire crew members, and there's a crew management screen. There's my companion, but you can put them here and they will boost your planet's or not your planet, but your outpost stats by working there. But I have to preface, you know, I have to just stress that, you know, I'm still new to the game. I'm still learning. I am disappointed a bit by, I mean, it's great ideas. It's just horrible execution. The storage space is just god awful. In Skyrim and Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, your house storage was unlimited. I love that. I made it a personal goal to like gather everything on the map and bring it home and just flood my living room with it. Here it's like, well, I can't do that. I do believe that the lodge on New Atlantis has a container that has infinite space in it, but I still think that that's just, yeah, sorry. It's 2023. Let's try a little bit harder, huh? So there you go. That's my temporary storage solutions. When I land my ship onto the landing pad there, I'll be able to throw resources from Voyager into this transfer container, which then divvies up those solid liquids and gases to these things. Whatever's left over in here, like these adaptive frames, I have to pick back up and deposit them manually into those crates. So that's what I'm doing right now. Hopefully Bethesda gives us better tools in the future. And hey, if there are research options that I just simply haven't seen yet, please let me know, because I need to research those ASAP. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Take care.